If I had my way, everything would be so nice. This world would be like Paris. No, it would be a paradise. No one would ever have to say, I'm gonna get my wish someday. All one would have to do is say, this is my order, if you may.
Welcome to another episode of The School Without Walls. I'm host and founder, Dr. Antonio Hobbs. My guests today are Reverend Lewis Ross and his lovely wife, Jacqueline Ross. Our primary purpose today is to talk about what I was very excited about, the Delta Network Food Bank, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. A few weeks ago, I discovered that the Rosses had a very, very important ministry that's providing food for those who are in need. So what we're going to do is, I believe we've agreed to let Sister Ross start off discussing the history of that particular ministry. Would you proceed, please?
Yes. The Delta Network Food Bank comes under the umbrella of the Delta Regional Community Services Outreach Network. That is a 501c3 nonprofit organization that has been designated by the IRS as tax exempt. That organization founded the Delta Network Food Bank. And the food bank helps us to satisfy one of our major functions, our major missions, and that is to help to eliminate hunger in the Arkansas Delta region. Our concentration is on the Arkansas Delta region because that area of the state of Arkansas has the highest level of poverty, the citizens that make up the population for those counties. We're targeting those counties, and to date we are impacting 12 counties in the Arkansas Delta region. What we do through our Delta Network Food Bank is that we supply food pantries in various counties, and those food pantries are able to work within their local communities and provide food subsidy to low-income people. We have been in operation as Delta Network Incorp. Since January 2005. And we have grown extensively since that time, and we are continuing to look to expand our services to include more counties. I would just like to give you a little statistics about our most recent, well, let me just first give you some statistics about the conditions of the citizenry in the Delta, Arkansas Delta region. The recent statistics that I'm sharing with you show that 560,000 people in Arkansas are food insecure. That means they don't get enough food to support their active life. More than 200,000 children in Arkansas are at risk of hunger and not getting the food that they need to be healthy. More than 28% of children in Arkansas live in poverty. The Arkansas Delta region has the highest level of poverty, and many of the residents are unemployed, underemployed, low income, elderly, homeless, and also homeless veterans. Many of the households are 3 and 4 generations living together. That you'll find grandparents housing their children and their children's children, and sometimes on down to that 4th generation. The income for the citizens in the Arkansas Delta region is very low, and we found through our experiences, Dr. Hobbs, that one of the major family groups that seem to suffer the most would be what we have deemed to be the working class poor. Now those are people who work, they have a job, they make minimum wages, but their income is not sufficient to be able to provide for their families, especially nutritionally. Many times after they have paid their rent, utilities, provided transportation costs for their jobs, and those basic things, there aren't funds left to be able to provide for a nutritious meal. So what happens is you find them using those noodles and hot dogs and other things just to, be able to satisfy their stomachs. But
Right.
of course, it's not meeting all of their basic nutritional needs. Our mission at the Delta Networking Corp is to meet the unmet needs of the low-income, underserved population residing in the Arkansas Delta region. We accomplish this by providing food subsidy, clothing assistance, housing referral, counseling, seminars, workshops, community awareness programs, youth initiatives, at-risk programs for youth, and we've had summer feeding programs, and we also provide SNAP assistance to low-income citizens in the county.
Let's stop there for a few minutes, and I have some questions because I think we have about 2 more minutes, don't we, Randy? That's excellent information, and that is in accordance to what we're all about. See, this is a school without walls.
Wonderful.
And we are continually educating one way or the other. And this is excellent what you're doing. Now let's go and define Delta, because there might be some people out there in the audience don't know where that is. Do you have a definition of the Delta area? A general definition.
Well, the Arkansas Delta region is comprised of those counties that are on the east, the northeast, east, and southeast region of the state of Arkansas. And
Started with Jefferson County, doesn't coming that way, Jefferson County? Do you use
it
that
goes
sort?
all the way up Pope, Green, those counties. Jefferson County is included, Pulaski County is included.
Pulaski's in it too?
Pulaski County,
I know it
Deshae
was in
County,
the Delta.
Drew County, Chico County, Lincoln County, all of those.
Lee County,
Phillips
San
County,
Francis, all of
Crittenden,
that.
all of those counties
We have 1
comprise the
minute here.
Arkansas
Would you
Delta
like
region.
to say anything before this break?
Yes, you missed one. Ashley County.
Ashley
Yes.
County.
Yes, that's down in Parkdale.
I have done work in the Delta, and I had a number once. Do you have a number of the counties? Is it like 16 or something?
17 counties.
17 counties,
Yes.
right. I did some work out in the area called the Arkansas Delta Historical Research Park.
Yes.
I was doing historical research. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. Those of you who just joined us, I'm Dr. Antonio Hobbs, host and founder of this educational program called The School Without Walls. My guest today is the Reverend Lewis and Jacqueline Ross. As you who are observing the program today notice that Sister Ross did a wonderful job in her presentation. Now I'm asking Brother Ross to start this second segment on whatever you'd like to say about the program.
Yes, the program started basically while we was in the CME church. We pastored in the CME church for approximately 15 years. And that's when the passion come upon our hearts to start doing this. Once we took over the board of evangelism in that church. And that was over so many churches and what have you. So God had placed it up on our hearts to do, start feed people, and we should take food and take it down in the project down in Texarkana, and shoes and clothes and this type of thing, and give it to the people that was in need. They would meet us at the somewhere. And then when we, after God had placed it up on our hearts, we began to start taking it around everywhere we would go. We began to start doing it. I had an old blue truck during that time, and we would take this trailer. We had a trailer, and we would take the trailer and load it down with different items and what have you to carry to these poverty areas. And then God began to start blessing it. And we began to start doing more and more and more and more. And he began to start, he brought us back to Pine Bluff. And when we come back to Pine Bluff, we started this Delta Regional Community Services. And under that service.
Is that this right here, the Delta
Yes.
Network Food Bank?
That's Delta Regional Community Service. That's it down here. But this Delta Network Food Bank is under the umbrella of Delta Regional Community Services.
I see. Okay.
It's under the we are 501c3 nonprofit organization, and we continuously moved in it. People started donating us trucks and vans and stuff like that, and we began to start going into these areas that like down in Memphis, Tennessee,
West Memphis.
Yes, we have a food pantry there, and then we began to start going into all these other areas,
Parkdale, Arkansas.
and started to setting up food pantries. So we basically is a food bank here in Pine Bluff that is supplying food pantries. We supply food pantries.
Was that what you showed me one day out here off Commerce Road?
No, that's the food bank.
That's the bank.
Yes.
That's what we operate out of that.
Yeah, I know
And
you had
all over the
quite
Delta.
a bit of food there.
Yes, we operate out of there.
That's
all
where
over
we
the-
warehouse our food.
Yes, and then at this point now, it's getting to where we are. It's other food banks that we're setting up at the present time, and it's getting great. The vision is that we're supposed to be placing food banks all over Arkansas.
The
In the Delta
especially.
area.
The
Yes.
Delta area especially, yes.
Yes.
But the vision is a bit larger than Sister Ross and I. So we need help to do this, and we have a lot of other pastors that's a part of the organization and what have you, and they come in and they pick up their food once a month and take it back to their churches and then start distributing in those areas that they're in. So I'm excited about it, and I see where we are going, and it's such a reward to see people in line, and after you go through struggles and trials and what have you, and you see all those people in line, and they are being
blessed with food.
being blessed
Yes.
with food, and what have you.
Well, let me ask you a question here. We're about to run out of this. Time just slides when we're talking, doesn't it?
It does.
We have 3 more minutes in this session. Now, do you have, what accountability do you have to make sure that folks are not abusing this gift?
We have forms that they fill out. They have to bring their ID and fill the forms out. Now, we're not going to be able to probably get all the people that's greedy.
But you have a way of identifying the folk you give the food to, right?
Yes,
Sure.
we do. And on that form that he's mentioning, it asks about your household income, number of members members in your household, if you're on disability, if you're a veteran, homeless, whatever your financial status is. We receive that information by way of that form. And we do also have a method where we keep up with how many times you're served.
And that's the question I wanted to ask. How often can one person or one family be served from your pantry?
Twice a month, every
Twice
2
a
weeks.
month.
So we keep a summary sheet for each individual. That summary sheet is checked each time they come. We register the last time they came so we can make sure that they are honoring that time schedule.
Now, another question. Now, you're supplementing whatever they have. You're not necessarily trying to give them enough to provide all the food they need for a month, right?
You're exactly right.
You're supplementing.
You are
with
exactly
wholesome
right.
food.
You're
That's
exactly
wonderful. Wonderful. Now, give us locations in Jefferson County where people can be served, please.
People can be served through the pantry that's located at 1500 North Bryant Street.
1500 North Bryant.
1500 North Bryant Street. That's the Hosanna Christian Church pantry. We have a pantry at Upper Room Christian Center. That's on 13th Street and Hickory, 13th and Hickory Street. We also have a pantry at the Jefferson County DHS office, but that pantry serves only SNAP applicants. So a person's not able to walk in from the street and
What is the
receive
SNAP
service there.
offer?
SNAP is Supplemental Nutrition Food Stamps.
Okay.
Everybody recognizes it as food
Let us
stamps.
get ready to stop for another break here. We
Okay.
have about 8 more minutes after this. Thanks be to God for people like you, and I certainly hope that people who are listening will join you to help
Yes,
this godly
we
deed.
definitely need that.
Back in a few minutes. Those of you who have just joined us, I'm Dr. Antonio Hobbs, host and founder of this educational program called The School Without Walls. My guests today are Reverend Lewis and Jacqueline Rawls, who have a beautiful ministry designed to dispense food to those who are in need. So before we forget this, let us now go into the locations and et cetera, the things we were discussing during the break.
Wonderful. We'd like you to know that the Delta Network Food Bank is located at number 11 Porte Drive. That's off Commerce Road here in the city of Pine Bluff. Our web address is www.deltaregionalnetwork.org.
Say that again, slower, please.
www.deltaregionalnetwork.org. That is our website address. If you'd like to call us by telephone, you might dial 870-536-2424. We would like for you to know some other statistics concerning the Delta Network Food Bank specifically, because that's one of our major thrusts. For the year 2015-2016, we provided 30,912 services through our various pantries, soup kitchens, and countywide food distributions. We are in partnership with the Pine Bluff Jefferson County EOC, the U.S. Postal Service Letter Carriers Organization, Neighbor to Neighbor, Here's Life Inner City, Feed the Children. We also cooperate with the American Red Cross, the Salvation Army, and other community service organizations and churches. We'd like to also let you know that we are a member of the Arkansas Hunger Relief Alliance, and we'd like to certainly express the fact that for the years 2012, 2015, 2016, we were the recipients of the Walmart State Giving Programs grant as a hunger relief organization. We've also received...
Let me interrupt you. Would you mind telling us how much that grant was worth?
We received 3 different grants for each of the years that we've mentioned. The year 2012, we received $47,500 from Walmart. And for 2015, we received $31,600. And for the year, this year, we received an award of $37,400 by way of the Walmart State Giving Hunger Relief Grant.
That is wonderful. Now, did you by any chance receive any food from Walmart also? That was cash, right?
That was cash donations. We didn't receive food from Walmart, but we were blessed this year in March to be the recipient of Tyson's Foods Foundation and Champion for Kids hunger relief effort. They had a 2-part effort, and one of that was to donate to a local food bank a truckload of chicken, 38,400 pounds of chicken.
My God.
Were donated to the food bank in March. And what we did was The Tyson's truck came to the Pine Bluff Convention Center, and at the same time, we invited about 25 agencies to come in, and we served almost 1,000 citizens, 1,000 families during that time
That
at
was
the Pine
cooked
Bluff
food,
Convention
right?
Center.
That was cooked food?
No, that was frozen meat product
Frozen meat. Okay. I see.
for them to receive and take home and be able to prepare for their families. Now, the 25 agencies that we invited in, we donated so many cases to them to take back to the various counties where they came from.
Let me say this. We should have about 3 more minutes before this program will have ended. I have a few questions I'd like to ask you. First of all, I'd like to say we will invite you back.
Wonderful. We'd
Because
love
this,
to come
This
back.
is a wonderful program. We just didn't have enough time today because we got started in a new site. And I want to mention that to Randy Kelley, our program, TV program manager, has arranged for us to be where we are here, which is a part of the library here at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. Mrs. Vicki Newton is the general manager of the University of Arkansas's TV and radio station, and she's in the renovation process.
We understand.
But I'm liking this so well, Randy, I just might want to stay right here. But she's in a renovation process.
Yes.
Now we have about 2 more minutes, and I want to encourage the viewers to get involved. Now, actually, this is something I was taught, and I hope that you all agree with me on this because I believe it. Every idea that humanity knows comes out of one mind, but it takes others to help implement it and develop it.
Sure.
You're
Now,
exactly right.
This team did not think of this. So the question is, which one of you thought of the idea? It did not come out of both of y'all simultaneously. Which one was it, you or the
It
man?
was
Yeah.
Where did the dream come? It came from you.
Yes.
Yes.
And you were the helpmate.
Yes, exactly.
And she is a good one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what I want to really stress. So often we play ourselves short because it's only me.
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to get us to be clear
Right.
on.
Yes.
Every idea first was conceived spiritually by somebody.
Yes.
And then it became manifest, and you could not do a thing with it unless you had help.
Exactly.
So what I'm saying is, as we close today, there are thousands of people out here on the sound of my voice can help make this a more productive project. And you all will not be jealous, will you?
No, we will not.
Last few minutes.
We like our viewing audience to realize that we are about to launch our $30 per month, $1 per day campaign. We do this annually. And what we do is we ask for individuals, organizations to support the work that we do by donating $30 per month. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization. All of your donations are tax deductible. If you're interested in supporting the work of the Delta Network Food Bank, you might visit our website. I'll give you that address again. It's www.deltaregionalnetwork.org. To call us by telephone, dial 870-536-2424. We would welcome the financial support that you might render to us, and you can be assured that your donations will go to make sure that the people in the Arkansas Delta region are receiving the hunger relief that we have undertaken. We ask you to please consider making a donation and supporting the work that we do. Volunteers who might be interested in giving us some of your time to help us to put together food packages, boxes, load trailers, do whatever it is that's required to do the work that we do. Please consider giving us a call and pledging your support. Your labor would be appreciated if you would come together. We have 2 annual events annually here in Jefferson County that we conduct at the Pine Bluff Convention Center. The first will be December 19th, where we will be there giving food subsidy, clothing, toys to low-income children, household items. So that would be a good opportunity to pledge both your financial support and your volunteer services to help us to conduct that event. We'd like to thank Dr. Hobbs for inviting us.
It's a pleasure. How much time do we have, Randy? We've got to wrap up. I wanted the Reverend here to have a word, but it's closed out. We can't say a word.
Our motto is together we can make a difference.
That's right.
And we stand on it. Together we can make a
We
difference.
can make a difference.
Yes.
We'll stop on that note. Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you, Randy, the TV program manager.